Alright, good morning. Again. So this is kind of what's been going on in my life. It's been crazy. I really can't put words on it. I'm eating apple slices. I have more apples, but I just sliced up about a half of an apple's quarter. So I did half of a quarter, which would be an eighth, maybe? I'm not good at math. I was always the... No, I was pretty good at math. It's an eighth. Praise the Lord. I might have to slice up some more. Anyways, I can't really quantify what exactly went on because it was more of a God wink. Thank you, God. Wink. We're winking at each other. It was more of a God wink. So about 3 weeks ago, I was feeling like death. I was suffering from MS / arthritis / PTSD / ADHD / sleep apnea. I got rid of 4 of those 5 diseases I just mentioned. Well, I guess the PTSD might still be here, but I don't feel it because I'm so in love with the Lord and I'm on a spiritual high. The Lord's been so good to me. My little puppy here agrees. He says, "Oh, life is so good, so good." Anyways, that's not my puppy. It's my sister's puppies, but I pet him all the time, and he loves me. Anyways, so, oh look, a squirrel. I probably still have a little bit of ADHD, but the Lord's still good, and He's working on it. He's working on me, turning me into an amazing human being. Anyways. So, 3 weeks ago, I was eating steak, like, pretty much every meal. All meals. I was like, oh, steak's good. That's good for you. It's healthy fat, healthy protein, healthy blah, 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 blah. But every day I was sitting there, I was like, man, I'm sluggish. I'm fat. I just don't feel good. Ugh. And my brother would always say, just eat more steak, Rusty. That's the only way to go. So I ate more steak, and then I was even more sluggish, and even more blah, 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 words. But about three weeks ago, that was my diet for about 11, well, my whole life, let's just be honest. I ate steak for pretty much every meal. Or steak and potatoes and steak and whatever, and steak. It was always had steak in it, because I always loved steak. I'd always get a gordita. I'd always get my gorditas with steak in it. That's how pathetic I was. I wouldn't even get the ground beef in the gorditas. I'd get I need steak in that. Can I get a steak in that? Yeah, that was me. Anyways, so the 3 weeks ago, my mentor, we'll call him Chris, and he comes up to me after church one day. I was like, oh, it's sluggish. It was a Sabbath, obviously, because that's when church is. He comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Rusty, would you like to get rid of all that pain that you're in? And all that inflammation and all that blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, I have the solution for you if you're willing to change some things about your life. And I said, yes, I will, but I need to pray about this before I do, because, well, everybody and their mother tells me about, oh yeah, I have the cure. All it costs is $20 million. If you want the cure for MS, all you need to do is blah 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 blah, words that they don't really hold up to their end of the deal. You know, they're not worth their salt at all. Anyways, I love that term, not worth their salt. Anywho, anywho, um, when when I went home, I have a laundry list of I have like a huge prayer list for people. I'm always praying for different people's, this person and that person and this person. I have it takes me about 30 minutes to pray for everybody that I pray for. My hair. Anyways, so I sat there and I was like praying, and then I said, Lord, what do you think about this Christopher fellow? Do you think he's on the level? And and I said, in Jesus' name I pray, amen. Amen. So I prayed for that. And then I said, all right, Lord, it's your turn to tell me what's really going on. Tell me the haps, And I sat down, I was having my cup of tea, like I am right now. Yeah, about an hour and a half into me just listening, he'd been kind of quiet the first hour. Second hour, he was like, I love you, Rusty, regardless of what's going on, I love you. He put this piece over my heart that was so amazing. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then he said, I didn't hear this audibly, but I heard it in my heart. He said, you need to listen to whatever Chris says. He's gonna lead you into all truths, Rusty. And so you need to listen to his words. He's a very smart man. He's highly educated. You need to listen. So I said, okay, Lord. So I went the next day, and I talked to Chris. I was like, hey, Chris, question. What do I need to change? And he told me, he's like, oh, I'm glad you asked this, Rusty, because he said, why don't we go to the grocery store and we'll talk about this. So we went to the grocery store. I just got my food stamps, so I was like, all right, cool. We're going to the grocery store, so I might as well buy some groceries. I was about to head to the butcher block to get some steak, and Chris says, this is what you need to change. He says, you can't eat steak. He's like, you gotta stop eating meat. That's killing you, man. Then he said, also, he's like, dairy is that was my two addictions were steak and dairy. Dairy was huge. I eat cheese on everything, butter on everything, blah 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 on everything. But so I was like, okay. So I was like, I have to change these two things, okay? Because I confirmed in my heart that I was going to do whatever he said to the Lord. I didn't really promise, but I kind of was like, okay, Lord, whatever you say, I'm going to do. So I had changed. So he said, we got to change this, Rest. And he's like, we also need to look into what's going on, because I told him about how much my MS medication was, which is like $1,500 every 6 weeks, which is expensive. He's like, no wonder you don't have any money, Rusty. He's like, if you're spending $1,500, I said, well, I'm not spending all that $1,500, but somebody somewhere is paying $1,500 so that I can get this medication. I was only paying a couple $100 a month here and there, whenever I could. And so I said, somebody out there is paying $1,500 for this medication. It's expensive. And he says, wow. He's like, well, the first thing we got to do is talk to your doctors and see what's really going on with you, and see. But he's like, but actually, first we need to change your diet. So the first day, we went back to his house after we went grocery shopping. We bought like a head of lettuce. We bought what did we buy? We bought all whole grain breads, a lot of whole grain bread. He bought 2 packages of whole grain bread, which was not enough. We finished that in the first week, and then he was like, "Oh, we gotta go back to the store, Rest." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we went back to the store and bought 4 more. Anyways, so 2 grown men eating bread, And anyways, so we don't gorge on bread, but we ate the first meal was so filling. I was like, "Oh, this is good." I'm like, I could eat this all the time. Oh, we had beans. We had every part of the food group, every food group except for dairy and meat. and it was so filling and so good. And then he gave me some of his supplements, and I was like, oh, this feels so good. My stomach felt good, everything. And it wasn't like I was full, but I wasn't like to the point where I was like wanting to throw up like I do most. I used to always want to like always felt like ugh. After I get done eating, I was like stuffed. And so, anyways, we ate that first meal, and I was like, I'm sold out. I'm sold on this. What? Yes, in one moment, please. Okay. I will continue this. Thank you. Have a good day.